we develop. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we do it?
Okay. Hey, Barry Paley.
Hey, Barry.
Hello, everybody. How we doing?
Great. How are you?
Excellent, thank
Hello
you.
there.
Barry, I
Loves
love that. I love that recent post with you and your son. That's the first time I've seen that on a marketing piece from you, and it looks great.
Which one? The one with Luke?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
very cool.
Well,
thank
welcome everybody. I'm going to get started here. Let's see here. So I'm going to let you guys meet and greet a little bit, but welcome. And I want to start by thanking the panelists. I'm so excited about this top agent mastermind topic being marketing and branding. And so we'll give everybody, since it just hit 12, I'll let you guys do your chatting for a minute, and we'll start at 12:05 sharp. And I'll welcome you all in just a moment. I just want to make sure that the people who registered can get in. I'm watching the room and stuff. So go ahead and chit chat, and I'll be on at 12:05.
Okay. Thanks, Phyllis.
Yeah, we have no problem chit-chatting, do we?
No. Hey, Ross Rylance.
I'm waiting for Steve to sing a song. That microphone is amazing.
Okay.
It's not a mic for singing. It's very clearly it's a podcasting mic, but sure does make good audio equipment. I do have some Shure mics, but the last thing you want to hear is me singing. You want to hear somebody sing, ask Kendrick to sing, which he will not do on this call, but he at least can sing.
Well, you could play Beck's Bolero, though.
No, I couldn't do that either, but I'm closer
Really?
to that. I'm closer to that than a singer, believe it or not.
Okay.
Hey, Allie Edwards, your hair looks fine. Don't worry about it. She's all my due.
Or else we do that, Steve.
Aloha.
Aloha. How you doing? How's California?
A little cold and dreary today, but I had 2 closings, so I'm excited about that. I think we closed 6 million today in 2 closings, so I'm okay with that.
Wow.
That's a nice day.
So June gloom is in, eh?
We had a little May gray, now we're in June gloom. But we have our big summer solstice celebration this weekend, where Santa Barbara goes from 100,000 people to 200,000 people. A little bit of a party. So we've been told the sun's coming out for that.
That's awesome. Did you guys see, Chris Stevens, our regional, put together a series of luxury videos. And it's something that I think is really important that we try to collaborate and do. So it was really posting the regional. We didn't get our shot yet, and we just closed 1.5 million, 1.6, 1.4, not 1 point, but I mean, $5-6 million listings, 3 of them. So we're looking for us to get it, but I think that there's something to be said for some collaborative posting. Tanya, you and I have been doing a little bit of that, and putting that out there. So one of these days we should plan a mastermind around that and see what we can do to, get some video out there for KW Luxury.
Absolutely. We absolutely should be sharing each other's listings. I mean, when Dean Otto or somebody's like, hey, would you guys post this? We all do. And of course, we all get our own engagement from it, even if we weren't helping Dino, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But the people who do that, I'm like, sure, send me a link.
Definitely.
We've got a guy in our office that's got this insane resort down outside of Puerto Vallarta. I can't remember. Kendrick, how much is that listed for? Do you remember?
36 million.
Yeah, it's this insane resort property.
Mark, but I'm the co-lister on that.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Just going to say, sounds a lot like the one Tanya was telling me about.
Right. And
the owners were just here yesterday. I just had lunch with them.
Yep. Anyway, we've been posting that when Mark asks us, everyone's so weird, like, posting each other's listings. It's like, absolutely. I mean, you see it on Facebook. People are like, I'm so upset this other agent keeps posting my listings. I'm like, send her a bouquet or a bottle of wine.
What do
Don't be
you?
upset. Send her a gift.
All right, well, I'm going to get started with a couple of things. First of all, before I start introducing and thanking everyone, the way we're going to run this is, first of all, it's super relaxed, kind of like the way Steve's aura is right now. This is a very relaxed environment. The questions don't have to be so serious. No one has to be nervous who's speaking. It's no big deal. We're all friends here. So, but what is a big deal is that you took the time to come here and to share your knowledge and your expertise with your fellow agents. I love sharing. I love helping. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kick off sharing my screen. The panelists will be the ones who have an opportunity to talk amongst themselves as I'm asking the questions. And then the attendees on this webinar will be able to speak at the end. So pen and paper is always good, writing down questions, putting it in the chat, but we can't be speaking while they're speaking until the end, or we'll never get through this. So let's do that toward the end, okay? Write down questions, put them in the chat. And then if you don't mind officially muting yourself, if I mute all, you'll have the opportunity to unmute yourself. So just, I'll go ahead and do that just to be safe. And then we'll get started. Okay, so now I'll share my screen. We'll get a hop in here. Okay, so I'll introduce myself first. All right, I'm a real estate agent. I'm your host, and I'm a branding and marketing strategist. I'm a CEO of My Agent Branding, and for decades, I've helped agents, teams, and brokerages build stronger brands, create scalable marketing systems, and increase visibility through SEO, AIO, and GEO, social media content marketing. 1 second, guys. Let me just get that done real quick. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. All right, there we go. And you can unmute yourself when it's your turn to talk. As a host of today's Top Agent Mastermind, I bring together some of the industry's most successful professionals to share real-world strategies, insights, and experiences that help agents grow their businesses with greater confidence, clarity, and consistency. Consistency is one of my favorite words. My passion is helping real estate professionals create a brand that stands out, attract opportunities, and supports long-term success in an ever-evolving marketplace. I'm especially grateful to the incredible agents joining me on this panel today. Many of them are not only respected industry leaders and top producers, but also longtime friends and very valued clients. I sincerely appreciate their willingness to invest their time, share their expertise, and openly discuss the strategies, lessons, successes, and challenges that have helped shape their businesses. Their generosity, professionalism, and commitment to helping others grow is what makes conversations like this so valuable. It is an honor to host this discussion and provide an opportunity for agents across the industry to learn from some of the best professionals in real estate today. And I do mean that. Okay, so this is my thing. I just want to make sure I always say this when I host webinars. Branding builds the reason someone chooses you. Marketing delivers the message that reaches them. So I'll let you just stew on that for a minute. Branding builds the reason someone chooses you. Marketing delivers the message that reaches them. Our panel today, incredible. We have Mark Benson from Naples, Florida, Tanya Dorsey from Mexico, Steve Epstein, Santa Barbara, Montecito, California, Debbie Leonard-Mayer, Atlanta, Georgia, Robin Smith, Las Vegas, Nevada, Kendrick Gore from Montecito, Santa Barbara, Jack Smith, South Florida, Andrew Bloom, Scottsdale, Arizona, also out of Beverly Hills. And let's just walk through this. Tanya Dorsey has built a reputation for helping clients successfully navigate international real estate opportunities throughout Mexico. Her expertise in lifestyle-driven markets, investment properties, and cross-border transactions gives buyers and sellers valuable insight into one of the world's most desirable destinations. Tanya's unique perspective and deep understanding of the market make her a trusted resource for those exploring real estate beyond the United States. Please welcome Tanya Dorsey, who is also the national director, luxury director for Mexico. And she's going to have an opportunity to get into that. Please welcome top agent panelist, Debbie Leonard Mayer. Today, we're joined by Debbie Leonard, one of Atlanta's leading luxury real estate advisors. With more than 25 years of experience and over 800 million in career sales, Debbie is consistently ranked among the top luxury agents in the Southeast and was recently recognized as part of RealTrend's top 1.5% of teams nationwide. Known for her concierge-level service, market expertise, and exceptional results in luxury and new construction real estate, Debbie has earned numerous industry honors, including recognition as one of Georgia's 100 most influential real estate agents. We're excited to have her with us today. Please welcome Debbie Leonard Mayer. Last year sold over 43 million, and she is the rainmaker and team leader for the Debbie Leonard Group out of Keller Williams Peachtree Road. Also a luxury agent. Okay, please welcome my friend and top agent panelist, Robin Smith. Robin Smith is a powerhouse in the Las Vegas luxury real estate market and has earned recognition as one of the area's top producing agents. Her dedication to client advocacy, luxury marketing, and market expertise has helped countless buyers and sellers achieve their goals. Robin's ability to adapt to changing market conditions while maintaining exceptional client service has made her a respected leader in the industry. Please welcome Robin Smith. Her brand statement is discerning clients, experience guidance, proven integrity. She's the rainmaker for the Smith team out of Keller Williams, Las Vegas. She's a KW luxury liaison who's been licensed since 1989, over 37 years experience, over $1 billion in closed real estate sales. She's a native Nevadan, top 1.5% in the country, according to RealTrends. Top 1/2% of more than 17,000 realtors in the Las Vegas Valley. RealTrends ranked number 75 units statewide. RealTrends ranked number 79 in volume statewide. Number 1 Keller Williams Luxury Realty Las Vegas agent, 2015 through 2021, 23, 24, and so on. And again, she's the luxury liaison for KW Las Vegas, and she's recognized among the top 25 women in real estate, period. And I'll let her get more into her credentials. They're quite amazing. The amazing Jack Smith, top agent panelist, who's been so kind to me with his words and the way he recommends me. I have to tell him thank you publicly. Jack Smith has built a thriving real estate business by focusing on leadership systems and creating exceptional experiences for clients and agents alike, serving South Florida's dynamic real estate market. Jack is known for combining innovative marketing with a client-first approach and has fueled consistent growth and long-term success. His insights on team building, branding, and business development make him a valuable voice in the industry. Please welcome Jack Smith, who is the Rainmaker team leader of the Jack Smith Group out of KW St. Pete, and he is a KW luxury liaison. He's the number 1 team in sold volume, 2425 St. Pete. Over 375 million in sales, 700 families helped since 2017. Top 1.5% of realtors nationwide, specializes in luxury homes, condos, etc. Top 50 agents in the Tampa Bay, Florida area in 2025. 76% referral base, 49% sphere, 27% agent to agent, and many more accolades here. Everyone's going to get this deck who's attending. And my friend and amazing, again, gives me all types of kudos and referrals. And I'm so grateful to have met Andrew. Top agent panelist, Andrew Bloom. Andrew Bloom operates in 2 of the nation's most competitive luxury markets and brings a sophisticated approach to branding, marketing, and client representation. His expertise in luxury homes, affluent clientele, and high-performance business development has helped him build a strong reputation across both Arizona and California. Andrew's focus on strategic growth, luxury positioning, and market intelligence continues to set him apart. He is the rainmaker for BVO Luxury Group out of KW Sonora Living, which is out of Scottsdale, and Keller Williams Beverly Hills. He is the luxury liaison in Arizona. He's had 24 million in May, 100 million year to date, 100 million in luxury spec homes, on pace to for 10 million in GCI in 2027, ALC member, and just, on and on. Okay, Steve Epstein. I can't say enough about Steve. I have a history with Steve. He's a mentor. He's a coach. and he's really helped me grow it over the last 15 years. And I'm so grateful for his time today. He's also a supporter and gives me lots of kudos. So Steve Epstein is one of Santa Barbara's most recognized luxury real estate professionals, known for his extensive market knowledge, strong negotiation skills, to say the very least, and decades of success representing buyers and sellers throughout the Central Coast. Santa Barbara, Montecito is his focal. His commitment to client service, strategic marketing, and relationship building has helped establish him as a respected leader in the luxury real estate space. He is the rainmaker of the Epstein Partners. He's with Keller Williams Santa Barbara Montecito. He is Keller Williams Luxury Division Regional Ambassador for our region. Principal and founder of the Epstein Partners, Rainmaker. $150 million this year, average last 3 years, 50 closed per year, average transactions 2 to 3 million, 2.5 billion in volume. He's in his 39th year since 1988, and he's helped over 2,700 buyers and sellers transactions. Again, Rainmaker, #1 team in our KW region. He's a productivity coach for Next Level Coaching. He's an ALC member and a Market Center investor. Please welcome Steve Epstein. Okay, top agent panelist Mark Benson. Just an absolute joy to collaborate with, and he's so supportive. I want you to, joining us today is Mark Benson of Keller Williams Realty, Naples, Florida. Mark has spent more than 3 decades helping luxury home buyers and sellers throughout Southwest Florida, and has built his business primarily through relationships, referrals, and a commitment to delivering exceptional client experiences. As a Keller Williams Luxury Regional Ambassador of the Florida region and luxury real estate instructor, Mark regularly shares insights with agents on branding, client relationships, and the evolving expectations of affluent consumers. His approach offers an interesting perspective on how agents can build a recognizable and respected brand without solely relying on advertising, instead focusing on trust, consistency, expertise, and long-term relationships. And again, he's out of KW Naples. Please welcome Mark Benson. And then we have our youngest and one of our most successful top agent panelists, Kendrick Gore. I have known Kendrick for quite a few years. He's on Steve's team. Please welcome Kendrick, a Santa Barbara native and top producing realtor specializing in the Santa Barbara and Montecito luxury real estate markets. Kendrick has been a realtor for 15 years and has been the #1 realtor in the Santa Barbara and Montecito Market Center for multiple consecutive years, building a reputation founded on trust, results, and exceptional client service. Kendrick is most passionate about marketing and negotiation side of real estate, which he believes is ultimately the most important aspect of achieving exceptional results with his clients. He helps sellers maximize exposure and value while advocating fiercely on their behalf throughout their every transaction. His deep local market knowledge, creative marketing strategies, and proven track record have made him a trusted resource for buyers and sellers across Santa Barbara and Montecito. Outside of real estate, Kendrick enjoys fishing and taking his boat to Catalina Island and Channel Island, spending time with his 2 golden retrievers, and most importantly, enjoying life with his beautiful wife and their brand new baby, who's just 3 weeks old. Please join me in welcoming Kendrick Gore. And again, he is with Epstein Partners. He has his own brand as well. He's with Keller Williams Santa Barbara Montecito, and he's a luxury agent. Okay, deep breath. I just wanted to get all that out and thank everybody. So we're going to dive in. Obviously, if the panelists have anything to say in this moment before I start round robining these questions, now would be the time. Any of my panelists have anything to say after all of that?
Phyllis, thank you so much for putting all this together. And I feel like I'm at a high school reunion or something. There's a lot of really good folks and friends on this call. And this is going to be really fun just because we're all getting together. But thank you for all the work you put into getting us all together.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate your time. Okay, so let's dive in. What we're going to do here is I'm going to pick one of the panelists to answer a question. I'm going to put the question up, and then the panelists can give us their feedback. The other panelists will chime in, and I'll hard stop it so that we stay on point and on time to hop to the next question. So we're going to start with the very first question, and I am going to call on Tanya Dorsey first. Ladies first. Tanya,
Yes.
What? Hello. Greetings.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be the little fish in this big pond.
I love it. You're always a joy. What marketing strategy has generated the most business for you over the past 12 months? And why do you think it worked?
Okay. Well, my market is a little bit different because most of the time the clients, I'm going to speak to them before they ever arrive. So we may have a Zoom like we're having right now, or a few emails back and forth, but most of the time my client isn't really here. So what I've noticed has worked the most is recently we've made a Mexico real estate magazine.
Huh?
And I always say that agents are my clients. Like I'm the agent of the agents, if that makes any sense, because even people that know exactly how everything works in their market, when they come to Vallarta, it's a little bit different. Things don't work exactly how they do, quote unquote, back home. So, oh goodness, thank you for that. So we have made this Mexico real estate magazine, and it is page after page of incredible properties all over the country, all from Keller Williams and different markets. We have 26 market centers here. So it's all over Mexico. So whether it's, and this is a tool for agents to use. So I am right now working with a client from a property in this magazine that the agent found the property through this magazine. And within 4 days, we have a deal that we're putting together. And it's because they put it on their social media and said, if you need anything in Mexico, contact me. And one of their clients that knew them, liked them, trust them, had no idea that they could, help them in Mexico. And because they shared the real estate magazine on their social media, they got that contact, and then they contacted me. And that's what I've noticed has really been the number one tool, because people, they know you and they know you from back home, but they have no idea to contact you for somewhere out of the country. So I think working with other agents and sharing. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm hearing is that a digital magazine that promotes what you're doing, who you are, your branding, your listings you've created, and how you think it's worked after creating this highly branded magazine is that it's been shared. And by getting shared, Absolutely. You're feeling like you're getting business out of it. So on that, thank you, Tanya.
We directly have gotten sales out of it within 15 days.
Oh, that's amazing.
Coming out. We had over 1,000 people open the magazine in the first 5 days.
Wow.
Love it.
So take notes. I hope everyone's taking notes of digital magazines at this point and advertising within a digital magazine and then sharing it. So I'm going to ask, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Any other panelists want to chime in on this topic with Tanya?
And I'll put the link in the, can we put the link? I'll put the link in the
chat. That'd be great.
Anybody contact me, I'll give you the link, and you too can show that you're international, because it's surprising how many people just don't know.
Okay. So I guess my next question is, again, are there any other panelists who want to piggyback off what she said when it comes to this topic? Does anybody on the panel have anything they would eagerly want to speak to that they've done before I go to the next question?
Let me just jump in for a moment.
Great.
Phyllis created a pre-listing marketing book for me. And man, it's kind of been a secret weapon this year for me. It's been amazing. It's a fabulous flip book. And now my marketing team when a lot of these expired or canceled listings that we go on, or they have old photos in MLS, they just pull the photos, they enhance the photos, and they create a custom listing magazine for every listing appointment in minutes. And it goes right to the client, right to the owner. And it's just it's been fabulous. So I would encourage everybody should have one. And Phyllis is phenomenal at putting these together. They're so good. So I'm going to post one in the chat.
Thank you, Andrew, for saying that. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, that was great. We're on these digital flip books. I'm taking notes so I can bring this home when we're done, by the way. There'll be a follow-up email that goes out that regarding this recording. So if everyone's feeling overwhelmed by the end, like they wish they could remember what was spoke on, I'll be having a follow-up to this meeting. So no worries. Okay. Thank you so much, Tanya. Love the magazine. We're going to make sure everybody sees that. Okay. We're going to go to question 2. And we're going to go again. We're going to go with Robin Smith out of Las Vegas, the amazing Robin Smith. Robin, if you were starting over in a new market today, what would be the first 3 things you would focus on to build your brand quickly?
It would be for me, and you're speaking probably of everybody on the panel, the one person who isn't moving in my entire career, since my entire career of 37 years has been in Las Vegas, Nevada, and not moving. So, good subject. Bottom line is my success has been through relationships, and I would continue with that. It would be my continued relationships with, I'm a Rotarian, for example. I've joined interest groups that I can connect with. So I would do that. And I would connect with honestly, with my fellow realtors in that area so that I could absorb and get into that community immediately. And create those relationships. And I would rely on tools that I've used on a regular basis in my business here. Once I could center on a location, for example, one of the tools that I use, and it's a marketing tool, and I found it before everybody got into AI, and I found it to be extremely inexpensive. So I have a brochure that is sent out to the neighborhoods that I choose to have it sent out to, that talks about me and talks about the stats in that area, that neighborhood, and it's all done for me. And it's done very, very inexpensively so that anybody could do it. And for example, I will give a great example. I'm going on this afternoon to my second listing appointment in a specific neighborhood that is only 5 months old. Brand new community, by the way, guys. If you ever want to get business quickly, go into a brand new community because people buy on the idea of flipping or buying a spec and moving it forward after they fix it all up. So I use that marketing tool, and I'm going on an appointment in that community. Again, it's only 4 or 5 months old, and the first listing that I got in there that sold in 9 days was 3.3 million. And the one that I'm going in to take over today is going to be in that realm of 3.3 to 3.6, depending on what I see. So to dial back, I would go into a community, use the tools that I currently use, and really, if it's go into a country club, become a member of a country club, become a Rotarian in that area, etc., and get to know my fellow agents in that area, and rely on my relationships that I have with KW Luxury, KW Luxury Pro, etc., and dive in.
So what I'm hearing you say here, and thank you so much, Robin, is if you were starting over in a new market, or we could just flip that and say where you're sitting today, no matter who you are, you would lean in on network by branding yourself by networking and start getting your name known in groups and associations. I like this a lot. And so what I would piggyback off on that is to say, if you go to these networking groups and you join the Rotary, and you join a country club and you meet someone, what branded materials do you have? I call them agent touch points that back that up. So those of you who want to get into this and kind of dive into this suggestion, you should be thinking about what it is you're going to be, what's going to happen after you meet these people. What do you look like online? What do you look like digitally? What does your email signature even look like if you're going to start doing this? And then you're saying that you would focus on a market fact brochure that I'm not sure how you said you deliver that, but that market fact type brochure, is that something that you're going to share? that we can deliver after this call?
Mhm.
Great.
Absolutely. The company, if I'm allowed to do a plug for a company, because they certainly, it's called Real Marketing, and they've done this brochure for me. They're easy, they're inexpensive. They mail, I change the story on it monthly, and they mail it. So
Amazing.
it's truly been a great success for me. And when even though it says Smith team, I'm a solo agent supported by five. And my five that I'm supported by are virtual assistants and uh, a, a transaction coordinator and so forth. But I am the
Okay.
agent. And
Okay.
so to make myself multiplied, I rely on systems that others have created. And then I find my own and I rip them off. For example, one of the things in my every single email signature that I have is a link and it says "Get to know me."
Mm-hmm.
Open it up and it's a flip book. That is, it's in my social media. It's in every signature that I do. So when you asked, if there's consistency, that's where it is. It's consistency. But all dialed in on marketing to make sure that it doesn't matter if somebody knows me or doesn't know me, they'll get to know me real soon because of all of the marketing that I have. It's been created and it's ready to go. And I loved what Andrew said earlier, and just within seconds. And I think that's very, very important. Get it out there.
So I want to make sure the panel, everyone on the panel, do you have something to say and piggyback on this topic? I'd love to hear it or put it in the chat, whatever you're more comfortable with. Before I say what I want to say to this, does anyone on the panel have anything to piggyback on what Robin's saying?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, great. Let's go, Kendrick.
Okay, so I think what Robin said is great. I mean, relationships and trust is kind of the anchor of our business. And you have to build that with so many more people other than just your clients. That's your referral partners and people within the community. If I was going into a new market center, it's funny because I hear this question asked all the time, or into a new market, I would really learn the business. I see so many new agents now who are getting into this business for a variety of different reasons, and they're really not learning the business. They're not on tour every weekend. They're not learning the contracts. They're not understanding buyers and sellers and how they work. They're not becoming students of the psychology of buyers and sellers. And so I think what's important is to spend the time and learn the business. I've seen new agents, they've had opportunities to get listings and they've gone on listing presentations, but they're not prepared because they haven't learned the business. So they're not gonna get those opportunities. Next, I would, like I said, I would go on tour. I would build relationships with agents. And I think what's also really powerful, it was very helpful for me at the beginning of my career, was join a top producing team. It's great when you have a top agent or multiple top agents that you can listen to and bounce ideas off. I mean, there's so much more. You're going to learn so much, but there's also, everybody's different. Everybody runs their business very differently and different things work for people. So you'll much quicker realize what you can learn from that person or team and also what doesn't work for you and how you want to structure your business and how you want to do things. So that would be my kind of advice on starting in a new market as well.
I love the idea of partnering with a top agent team or group and getting mentorship. I'm constantly wanting to learn. I'm coachable. I have a lot of knowledge, but I've always got my eyes open, my ears open. I'm obviously looking to be in front of you all. I want to be in front of people that are more successful than me. I want to grow. I want to get better. When it comes to the branding and marketing, the people on the panel right now understand how important this is. I want to make sure I'm piggybacking off of what he's saying. If you lean on the team or group that you're with and they're spending money on the marketing and the directors and assistants, that's what I wanted to chime in on. On the panel today, please say out loud, everyone on the panel right now, do you have a marketing assistant or team that you're leveraging to help you with your branding and marketing?
We have a
Yes.
Steve. Yes, Steve.
we have a full-time marketing director that only serves our team.
Robin, I know you do.
Yes.
I'm happy. I'm a strategist for you right now. What about Jack?
Yeah, we do. We had a full-time guy that actually decided to go out on his own as a agent in April, and we're in the process of trying to find somebody new. But our VA is doing an excellent job just picking up the pieces right now until we get somebody that we know knows us and knows our brand. I think that's the most important thing to us.
Okay. How about Debbie?
Yes, we do. We have a full time.
Great. And how about Mark?
Actually looking for someone.
So the point of all of this, Andrew, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have VAs
Yeah.
that do it. Mhm.
Okay. So I don't know who I'm missing. Sorry. Anybody else on the panel want to chime in on that? And the reason I'm saying this is so you can get to understand that these top producing agents are leveraging to make sure that they can sell houses. All right. So hopefully you wrote that down. I'm going to share my screen and go back, and we're going to go to the next question. That was really good stuff. Thank you, Robin. Okay. Next question. We're going to jump to, who do I want to ask this question to? How about Steve? Steve, how do you balance personal branding with team branding while maintaining consistency across all platforms? You can pivot a little here if you want to.
Yeah, you know me well, because even if you had to invite me to pivot, I would probably find a way to go squirrel off on something.
Yeah.
I'd find a rabbit hole somewhere to jump down. I mean, the good news is that for the most part across the board, all of the team members that are doing, like Jad, who's on this call, and Kendrick are both really good on Instagram. I will confess I am not pouring into IG like I should. I'm on it. I see what people are doing. I'm just not, Jad and Kendrick will do it in real time, on tour, at a listing, getting a listing ready, doing all that. But the good news is everybody's tagging the Epstein partners. Everybody's folding that brand back in, even though they're very clearly, it's on their IG account. It's all about them, and whether it's, Jed or Kendrick or whoever it is, but they're still anchoring it back to the team. And obviously we all know there's strength in these numbers, and if you have a team member that's kind of going rogue on the marketing, it just creates more confusion and erodes all your synergy, really. So I don't think it's that hard if you just continue to remember that you're part of something bigger and greater, even though you're doing your own thing. I mean, Andrew doesn't start a video on one of his construction projects without mentioning, his luxury group, BVO, right? He just does it. He says, introduces himself, and he goes into his video, and, we've all been watching him because we're addicted to the progress of development, right? We're like, oh, cool. Look, the floors are going in. Like, it ropes us all in. That I don't have a skin in the game in what Andrew's doing in Scottsdale, but it's still interesting to watch. And Andrew's a goofball, so that's fun.
Oh, I love the word synergy. That's amazing, right? And we should be thinking about that. And this is team building and stuff. So I want to just piggyback and say, and then I'll see if thank you for saying all of that. I want to say that having your own personal brand, being authentic to yourself, can make you more approachable, depending on whether you're on Instagram or not, or Facebook, or whatever platforms you're making yourself known on. I think it's important to remain who you are. Obviously, always in the back of your mind thinking, okay, being sensitive to the fact that you are being watched, but staying true to who you are, and then making sure like that would piggyback over and bleed over to, say, the team properly. So branding is big in this question. So I appreciate you saying that. I want everyone to remember the word synergy on this one. And then I think I want to say it regarding Steve. Steve has his own personal brand as like a coach and a mentor now, someone who shares his knowledge. He travels, he speaks, he's an ambassador. So that's like his brand, which I believe completely strengthens the brand of the team, showing his leadership. So that's would be my comment on that. Does anyone else on the panel, and thank you, Steve. Do you have anything else on this, Steve?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not rocket science. I feel like even though we all need to hear the obvious things, I do. I mean, it's why I've listened to Phil Jones's book 40 times, because I have to keep listening to it until it's drummed into my little pea brain. But I mean, we're not saying things that aren't kind of common sense and obvious. Again, it's good to hear it. It's good to remember it. It's good to try to implement it. But if you're on a team, you need to brand as a team, even though you're doing your own thing. And I don't think it's that hard. I think for everybody on our team, it's kind of an easy walk to walk.
That's awesome. Okay. Does anyone on the panel have anything to chime in on this?
I think it's the, having the branding and the consistency of it, whether it be, your headshots, email signatures, or, listing presentations, social media graphic, just having that same consistent message.
Right. That's the word, consistency. Notice how we've heard that several times so far, and it's one of my favorite words. So yes, Debbie she's the rainmaker of her team, and everything that she has is very consistent. Okay. So, Andrew, did you have anything on that or no?
I just want to say, yeah, I don't think your brand needs to be like, if you're just starting out, it doesn't need to be a logo or a flip book. It is showing up consistently. Like when you're present in the space, in the market, in the environment, in broker opens and tours and open houses and door knocking, like just your being present consistently is a brand. That's a brand. Showing up every day is a brand, and getting known for that brand is not a bad image to have. That they just see you everywhere. You're all over you're there, present. So, and it doesn't cost any money, sweat equity, to just show up and be present in the space, whether it's volunteering in your kid's school, volunteering in church, whatever it might. Like I used to want to be a crossing guard at my kid's school just so that people saw me every morning. I could wave to them, right? But no cost, volunteer time. So don't forget that. It doesn't require capital investment in order to brand yourself.
I love it.
Andrew, I love that. And you made a really good point. And this kind of goes back to what Kendrick was talking about with if you were going to show up in a new market and what you were going to do. I am blown away as a mentor, and I've gotten much pickier about who I take into the mentee program, but I've really been blown away about the people that aren't hungry, that don't want it. And I think a lot of people get into our business with really the wrong set of expectations. I think, I've literally had people sit across the table from me and I'll say, why'd you get into real estate? And they'd say, I like to look at pretty houses. I'm like, well, you don't need a license for that. You can just drive around and look at pretty houses or go out on tour on weekends and look at pretty houses. Like that just makes me want to do the slam my face emoji. Like, you're kidding me, right? Like, that's why you got into real estate. Brenda's laughing along with me over there. That's quite a smile, Brenda. Look at that, man. That's a glowing smile. Anyway, I'm amazed at, like, you're self-employed. And if you're self-employed and your boss isn't whipping you into shape, you've got the wrong boss, right? Your boss should be behind you with a riding crop whipping your behind, going, what are you doing? You have the next 8 to 10 hours, you have to do stuff. You have to go caravan. You have to introduce yourself to agents. You have to build relationships. You have to join a club or a Facebook group that goes hiking or bicycling or beach walking or tennis or pickleball or whatever the heck you do. But you've got to fully immerse yourself in the community. And you have to continue. It's not like you can do it and stop. We do it all day, every day, right? I mean, I'm working on a fundraiser this afternoon for the Kiwanis. My band's volunteering and playing. So I'm going to be at a park here in town, after this. I got my coaching call, and then I'm loading up a bunch of band gear, and I'm going to go play a gig for a fundraiser. A, I like doing it, and B, it's a community thing. And people are going to see us there helping the community, raising money for the Kiwanis Club. So it's not necessarily people on this call, but so many people don't get the level of immersion that you have to create and maintain. You cannot be a secret agent. Patrick or Andrew, you hit it right on the head.
And I'll piggyback on this and we'll move to the next question for time purposes. Is you've immersed yourself. You've gone all in. You're part of a team. You're the team leader. You're the rainmaker. And what's happening when people are looking you up? What does your brand look like? You should be thinking about that. Everybody, top agents, new agents. You're out there, you're posting videos, you're at a restaurant, you're joined a club, you walk out, you tap a phone. Are you proud or do you feel warm and fuzzy knowing when they look you up, everything looks right? Be thinking about that. Okay, next question. Let's go ahead and hop to let's go to Kendrick. Kendrick, what marketing trends are you ignoring right now? And what strategies are you doubling down on instead? What marketing trends?
The last few years, I've ignored a lot of the noise. I feel like when I first got into this business, I was all over the place. I was buying lead services left and right. I was probably the easiest person to sell you could imagine. If anyone called me trying to sell something that I thought would help my business, I would buy it. Most of them turned out to be a scam. So I'm ignoring a lot of the noise. There's always a new trend or a new platform, and through my experience, I don't feel like most of those generally work. What I am doubling down on is exactly like we've been talking about this whole time, is trust and relationships. Now, I have hundreds of past clients, and I follow up with all of those clients, and I'm a resource to those clients and a friend to those clients. And I've received more referrals now than I ever have in my career. Most of my business is referrals from past clients because I'm there for them consistently. Will stop by their house. I'll send them gifts. I will follow up with them. So, to answer your question, it's relationships. I'm building stronger and better relationships with all of my clients on a daily basis.
So what you're saying is you're ignoring all marketing trends, really, and you're doubling down. Your strategy is you're doubling down on your relationships with your clients. And obviously, if you're dropping gifts off and you're, communicating with them, you're more than comfortable with your established brand. You're not even worried about your branding because you've established it.
No, I worry about my branding. I'm not ignoring everything. There's certain things that have worked for me really well, and I am continuing to grow and build those. But I'm focusing more on the relationship piece as well, and ensuring that I'm in front of those past clients. I feel like when agents get really busy, they stop lead generating. They stop following up with clients. They kind of lose the basics per se. People always say, just get back to basics. And so I'm spending time to make sure that even when I get busy, I'm still doing the basics and what my business was built off of.
And so if you could give someone a marketing trend that you're not ignoring, is there anything as it relates to marketing that you're implementing now that you would double down on and you would not stop doing?
I go where the consumers go. So what are the consumers looking at? How are people finding you? What segment of the market are you going after? And again, how is that segment of the market looking for realtors, whether it's online, whether it's different content creation avenues. AI obviously is a big topic right now that I don't think people fully understand yet, but everyone is still, or at least a lot of the top agents are trying to learn. Direct mail. I think Andrew had mentioned, a few people had mentioned direct mail on here, which is funny because the beginning of this conversation started with the most basic relationships in direct mail. It's like, well, everyone said direct mail is dead. Well, I built my business off of direct mail. I continue to do direct mail. It works very well. So Yeah, I mean, what I'm focusing on is online presence, direct mail, building relationship with my clients. Those are my three main funnels.
Okay, so I want everyone to take that note. Online presence, direct mail, and relationship building from Kendrick.
Phyllis,
Yes.
something that Kendrick's doing a really good job of dancing around is, first of all, if you're not talking to your clients, somebody else is.
Mhm.
You know they are. They are.
Mhm.
I mean, in Santa Barbara, there's an agent for every 4 people or something, right? If you're not talking to your SOI, somebody else is. But the other thing, we talk about paying for online leads, like Kendrick was alluding to. We spend so much time and money in the pursuit of new business, completely to the detriment of our existing business. And I'm just as guilty of it. Oh, new shiny bauble. Let's give them some money. Let's do this. Let's do that. They've reinvented the wheel. Let's buy their wheel. We have a 15,000 person database. There's at least 3,000 or 4,000 people in there that are gold, right?
Mhm.
That's not a huge database. I know there are people running, 20, 30,000 name databases, but we have a 15,000 person database that I would say we're not doing the best job that we could staying in touch with those people, right? Everyone wants to talk about AI and high tech, and I'm going to roll out the old high touch statement. You've got to touch your people, pardon the expression. Maybe not you, Andrew.
Hey, Phyllis.
Yes.
One thing that I got, and I got this from Jack, and I have been implementing it every single day with past clients, my realtor database that are referrals, are getting that relationship going, et cetera. And then clients that I'm working with currently, or going to be working with, and that is video. It's I can't get on the phone and talk to as many people as I want to talk to. So I give them that video call conversation, drop it in there. And I've had people that I haven't touched in a while because I've got a rather large database, like Steve mentioned. And I had the conversations that come back to me are that it's caring, it's great to hear from me. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for not sending me one of those texts that just says, hey, you. It was to them, directed to them, had their name in it, had their spouse, and if there's kids, it had the kids in that. And it was a brief conversation, and it's set my soul on fire. And one thing that I've learned from a coach that I want to share, and that is it doesn't matter if that particular person isn't sending the business. By getting out there and putting it out to everyone that you're touching, it's coming back in all different formats, and it's not that precise. So video is easy. Everybody has to embrace it. It's easy.
And so I love this topic, and just what you just said, I'll piggyback on that, is that I'm on this call right now and 50 people are not my audience, but there's going to be 1 or 2 that are. So when you're doing this kind of work and you're putting your videos out there and you're thinking it might not be for everyone, but you're focused on who it is for. So when the video is being recorded, when you're doubling down on video right now, you can't be thinking about the people that are going to cringe or not want to see it. You have to be thinking about the people that are going to appreciate it and do business with you because you recorded it and you put it out there. Video is big right now, and doubling down on video is a great idea. Thank you to, who did I just call on? Oh, Kendrick. Thank you, Kendrick. Sorry. Thank you so much for sharing, and then for the panel, Steve and Robin, for chiming in on that. I'm hearing keywords right now, like implementing consistency, relationships, relationship building. So I'm writing these keywords down, trust. So
Philip, Phyllis, can I pop in here for a second? Thank you, Robin, for your acknowledgement on the video text. I started doing it about 3 years. And Steve, I think you're head on to the right thing. We decided, because we've slowed down, we're not slow, but we are slower. And I've had a chance to breathe. I'm going back through and doing my DTD2 from I started in 2017 to 2025, going and calling every single client that we sold a house to, and then find out who did we buy, who bought one of our listings, and go after those people as well. And I have gotten the most and I was terrified to do it because I haven't contacted people the way that I need to contact people. And I really, really mean that when I say that, because the team a lot of the team members have their own database they're building as well. But I have found the comments that I'm getting back are so heartwarming. People telling you about babies, and people telling you about kids going to school, and who told me about a divorce the other day, and which saddened me, right? There's a couple that have poked up in divorce that I'm thinking, I'm really loving doing this simple stuff, just picking up the phone. My goal is to call 45 people a day, period.
Okay, I love it. I love it. And these are incredible comments coming from the panel that we can all take note of based on your success rate. I feel like consistency is a key word here, and being repetitive on this stuff. And if you were calling that many clients every single day, I want to think about 40. Let's see, my video calls are 45 a day. I want to just piggyback and say, when you send out a video to say your past clients, I want you to think about, are you comfortable with what they're finding if they go and look you up? I just can't. I'm going to keep piggybacking on your branding, and just like you're putting yourself out there, make sure all your ducks are in a row so you can be doing this stuff and selling houses without worrying, wait a second, my website, my email signature, my branding, what does that say? So don't forget to get that done as well. And this is for any agent.
I think what's important, well, I'll add one more thing to this. I've learned that I don't think most realtors have a lead generation problem. I think they have a conversion problem. Most agents they're trying to buy these leads, and they're not learning how to close people. They're not learning how to get it from point A to point B. I read a stat the other day that Zillow leads, on average, it takes an agent, I think it was like 67% of agents don't follow up with the lead within the first 48 hours. And people keep buying more leads. They're buying more leads. And the issue is not, again, the lead generation, it's the lead follow-up. If you think the issue is you need more leads, you're totally wrong. You need to learn how to close those people better and follow up with them in an appropriate time. 48 hours is absurd. If I lost a lead, I wouldn't even call them after 48 hours. If I, didn't see an email or something, you have to call people within not even 5 minutes is too long. I mean, we're realtors. We're on 24/7. If you don't think you can be on 24/7, then you probably shouldn't be in this business. But you have to get to people, as soon as the lead comes in. It's extremely important. And you might need to get someone to be able to do that for you, to convert properly.
And I'll piggyback on that old school mentality. You paid for Zillow leads. You're competing with 3 agents. Who are they deciding to use? Of the 3 agents they spoke to or found because they're running ads, I bet you they're looking at their profiles and reading their bios and looking at their reviews. Is your Zillow profile updated today? I have to say these things. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to go to Jack. Jack Smith. We're gonna keep this going. Okay. All right. How has AI changed your marketing, content creation, lead generation, or client communication in the past year? I mean, this question is so loaded. So I'm gonna hard stop. We're not gonna talk too much. I know this could go on. We could make our whole meeting about this. So let's just try to dial in. I know this is a big topic for you. How has AI changed your marketing, content creation, lead generation, or client communication in the past year? Jack Smith.
So let me start here. First, I have to say your class that you did at Family Reunion at the office in Marietta that Mary Ellen Van Aken asked me to come to really changed how we operate entirely. I didn't understand it. It's not that I didn't believe it. I didn't understand it because I had only dipped into ChatGPT once in a while, but I really had never spent any time with it. You told us there to spend a half hour a day on ChatGPT or whatever we wanted to be on and learn things that we need to learn. What I learned was, and what you told us to do, I did, and we have gotten 3 leads. We got 2 in April and 1 in May, from just people looking online and finding us. I think that's an important thing. The most important thing is I'm not ignoring anything. What AI has done is create another avenue in which we can learn, we grow, and gain referrals. In terms of strategies, doubling down, we focus on the neighborhoods, on our listings where we live in the country club, so potential buyers can see what's going on in our community, not just about the house. Talk about the environment they're in, what goes on with the different activities at the club. We also post carousels of questions in social media to boost engagement, which we do mailers, we door knock. Believe it or not, we door knock. We go out on Fridays with a new listing, and there's 5 or 6 of us go out with 50 flyers, and we door knock. We try to attract as many people as we can. And open houses, and honest to God, have worked the best for me from the very beginning. When I first came here, I didn't know a soul 10 years ago. And I door knocked and did open houses 5 a week. I did 1 on Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. And that's what helped me build the business. So AI has just enhanced all those things of what we do. And every time I ask AI about something about what we're already doing, it's telling me to do it. So the AI thing is really reiteration. And the folks on this panel are really bright. I've learned so much today already. And most important part is I'm finding out that I'm doing some of the right things, even though I don't think that I am. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. And so thank you for saying that. I had spoke on working on the various AI platforms for information, and then maybe pulling content creation and using it for AI overview ranking. And so it's a whole conversation. And I just want to say, I love how you brought up how you're selling and lead genning and how you're leveraging AI to enhance that. So things like creating carousels on social media and using AI to help with potentially the caption, and potentially using it to help with your SEO when you're going to go to the trouble of posting on Google Business and things like that. AI can be a great leverage for you if you know how to work it properly. I have to ask and say thank you, Jack, for what you just said. Anyone else on the panel want to pop in and speak on this quickly so we can get to everyone?
I'll just quickly say I have not yet been comfortable with using much in the way of AI with client facing communications or whatnot. I am so acutely aware of when I get AI generated things, or I get on the phone and there's an AI bot or a chat bot or something. And I really think there's a lot of pushback on this. I don't know if you guys saw any of the college commencement speeches where the speakers got up and mentioned AI and students like walked out. So we've got to be really careful with the implementation of AI. I'm using it to review HOA documents. I'm using it to review all kinds of things. We certainly let it write copy, and then we go back in and humanize and personalize the copy, but we sometimes work from that framework. But personally, I've been very concerned about having a bunch of forward-facing or client-facing AI stuff so far.
Okay, I love that. Who else has comments on this?
I agree with that. I do not feel comfortable having AI directly with my clients in any way, shape, or form. But in my particular case, I love using AI as a translation. So there's a lot of things that I do in Spanish, and then I say, okay, just change this all to English. And then every single time I definitely need to go back in and, tweak it, make sure that it sounds in my tone. And, some things don't change exactly how they should, but it does save me about 90% of the work. And that's the part that I love of AI, but I do not believe it will ever change or replace in any quality form human to human.
So human intelligence, right? The human intelligence we need to make sure we're bringing to the table. And we're taking and we're leveraging AI. For me, it's helping with content, articles, things like that. Definitely when I see imagery and things that are AI driven, it is a little bit of a turnoff for me. It's something I'm having to look at every day. So just be sensitive and relative, what's relative to your own brand. Make sure when you look at things, and again, we're back to who's your audience. If Steve said that, people are leaving, speech or whatever seminars, I don't know what you were talking about, because they see AI driven stuff. I want you to vision your clients. Be authentic and try. My opinion is when you're leveraging AI, use it in a clever way. Take the AI driven content, obviously put yourself into it. Make sure your prompts are asking your AI assistant, hey, humanize this, get to know the platform you're using if you're using it for content, and tell your AI assistant, no, I don't want fluff. I need facts. I want it to sound like me, and then still kind of rewrite it. I'm big on content from AI, not imagery. I'm big on using it for SEO and AI overview ranking. This is all back end stuff. So anyway, I think it's been incredible for that. So anyone else want to chime in on AI quickly?
Yeah, Phyllis, I mean, you've really helped us and my team by working on with the content creation, by using the AI. And, and all that does with the newsletters, the email campaign, social media, it's maintained that consistency across the board. AI has really helped us on our website as well. We get a bundle of leads through our website, and AI is in communication, instant communication with them. And believe it or not, our website is now paying off where some true strong leads are coming through. So it's amazing what it can do.
So yeah, Debbie has let me know that her AI assistant on her website platform that she's using has actually made it where it was worth it to pay for the website. When we did the audit, we could see that leads were actually coming in that she closed, so it paid for the website for the year. So she's using an AI assistant. So that's a way to leverage it as well. So you just want to make sure whatever you're doing with AI, if you choose to dive in, really understand it. Stop what you're doing and look at it. It's easy to go down the rabbit holes of AI where you start dabbling in it and you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. And that can get ugly. So, all right. So let's just go. Oh, somebody else have a comment?
I was just going to say, I know we don't have a lot of time to talk about this, but if you're using AI just to write copy and things like that, you've really just touched the iceberg of what AI can do for you. I would encourage, if you are interested in AI, to download Claude Cowork. It's not used on a browser. You download it to your computer. I did that last week. I've been taking a lot of classes on it. I'm still learning AI, but it is absolutely blowing my mind, the efficiency that it's created. I don't think it's going to take out our human contact with people. Of course, AI can't, replace human judgment or experience or trust or relationships, but the efficiency that it's going to be able to create for every agent is mind blowing. And I'm probably 5% in, and my mind is already blown what it can do for you. I would highly recommend looking into Claude Cowork again, because ChatGPT is not even really AI anymore. It will help you write a description or something. I think we've graduated from that on AI now. That's almost just basically like Google at this point. So I would encourage you to take some classes and deep dive, but I would learn AI before you really start using it. There's lots of classes across, YouTube and TikTok, and Shoni Ivins has got a great class I'm taking right now that will really help you. So
can you put that, Kendrick, will you put that in the chat, what you're taking? And
sure.
I want to concur. I just started Claude Cowork, and if you guys have questions on it, you can ask me. I'm going to jump now. Thank you all. Jack, thank you so much. And everyone who chimed in, thank you for saying what you've said. A lot of things are getting talked about here that we're learning, and I think lots of great tips. So I'm going to jump to Andrew. And the next question for Andrew is going to be, I can't wait to hear this. What role do video, social media, and content marketing play in your business today compared to 5 years ago? And so when you're speaking on this, I would love to hear how it's helping your business and how it's helped your business grow, obviously, as compared to 5 years ago. So if you could speak on that, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm probably one of the less qualified to speak on it. I mean, I'm still pretty, I don't know, organic. It's very natural. It's just authentic. I just shoot. I don't really edit. I don't use filters. I don't do any of that stuff, but it gets the point across because it's authentic. There's so much more. I think this is the point for me. There's a lot more that I'd like to do to evolve that process, but done is better than perfect. So I'm good with done better than perfect. Like I'm really happy just doing what I do and knowing that, yeah, there's more iterations and but if I were to be, had paralysis by analysis, I would never move anything forward. So I like the fact that I'm a little archaic. I'm not advanced all that great into the social media and content marketing. Um, but I go live and I shoot video and I send video to clients but it's a little prehistoric, but it's done. And I think that's the message for today, right? Like we kind of come on this call because we want the shiny object or the next tip. Done is the next tip. Just do what you're doing and don't overthink it. That's all I do. I'm just doing what I do and I don't overthink it.
Well, I think you're super authentic. I see your stuff, but you do use video. Quite
Yeah,
often.
I do, but I'm doing it only like I don't know. I mean, it's very art to me. It's very archaic, right? It's Facebook, maybe an Instagram, learning how to share a reel or do something, but it's like done. Like there's only so many things we can take on at a time, and I think being good where you are is a huge benefit to attracting more business to you because if like I just run around with this abundant attitude and it attracts opportunities. And if we run around like we're scared or in scarcity or we're not doing things right and we're always nervous and there's always this intimidation, then we don't do anything and with it. So I think for me it is I'll shoot. I see that my videos and I'll get a lot of views. I get a lot of views and a lot of shares and contacts, but it's not where I want it to be, but I'm good. I'm content with where it's at for the moment. Right. And I think that's important for all of us because we're always, judging ourselves by other people's, views or likes or success that they're having. And I just am really good right where I'm at. And so, it's a little old school and it's okay. I think that's the message is,
Well, I think some people on this call should go look at BVO Luxury property videos and see what you're doing. You're
okay.
very,
Yeah.
you're humble. You're very humble. You're doing a great job. And I appreciate that, though. You are very authentic and you do come from like an abundant spirit. And it is like it isn't like a magnet. So that's really cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, I do have to pause. And when I talk about what I'm doing versus what some of the team members I have are doing, like Austin and Serena and Jill, the videos, the content, what they put out is really, 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 really good. It's really fun. It's really entertaining. And I admire it. But I don't have this FOMO. I used to have FOMO. And I think that a lot of us have FOMO. And this idea of carrying that baggage around of FOMO that we're missing out on something because we're not leveling up, that doesn't serve us at the highest level, And so I think for me, it's, I do enjoy just doing what I do, and it's a little, it's not the most structured, but it gets done, and that's the most important message here is to just get it done.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, and I want to have the other panelists put it in the comments and chat because I do need to jump to the next question for Debbie, and please, the other panelists, this is a big question, but we're running out of time, so if you don't mind putting your comments in the chat for everyone, how video, social media, and content marketing play a role in your business today compared to 5 years ago. I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone would. And thank you, Andrew, for that. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to jump to Debbie Leonard, and we're going to ask you, what is the biggest branding mistake you see agents making that is holding them back from growth? What is the biggest branding mistake you see agents making that is holding them back from growth?
I think one of the problems that I see is lack of them being different, and in their branding. You just see a lot of the same old thing, top producer, market expert, that kind of thing. I think that, and then being everything to everyone. And you can't do that. You can't be an expert in every single thing. You got to find out what your niche is, and you got to be focused on what that niche is. And then also, throughout this whole call, one of the biggest things is that my team and I, we're a part of the community in which we live in. And so there's a majority of us that live in our city called Brookhaven, and we're a little different about what we do as far as marketing ourselves. We sponsor a lot of events that goes on throughout the neighborhoods, and being a part of the community. And especially, this year we're taking this one neighborhood, and I just call it a neighborhood. It's like a little pocket park. We have pocket parks everywhere in Brookhaven, and just getting out and doing wine night and sponsoring wine, and all of the neighbors are coming out and just being a part of the community. But I think it's just, try to be more of yourself and who you are, and don't focus on, trying to be so many things. Just find that niche and kind of stick to it.
And so I love what you just said, because when you think about when I meet with someone and we get into their branding, I have to get to know them, and you can't be everything to everyone. And so just getting to know the agent and letting them feel comfortable with, okay, what areas do you serve? What is your niche audience? And let's dial in on that. So, and then I like what you said about staying in the community. I think that when you're all over the place and you don't have a community that you're focused on, you can be spread thin and scattered, and that can really hurt you as an agent. So I love what you just said. And anything else on that, Debbie?
No, that's it.
Okay. And then on the other agents on the panel, just so we can get through to Mark, then we can all have a little discussion here. Any comments on this for the other panelists? What is the biggest branding mistake you see agents making that is holding them back from growth? If you could comment in the chat, that would be so fantastic for everyone to see. And I can move to the next question. I appreciate you if you take the time to do that. And thank you so much, Debbie. Okay, Mark, this is the perfect question for you. How do you stay top of mind with past clients, sphere, and referral partners without constantly selling?
Well, thank you for the question. And I'd say probably the first thing is I just try to be useful. Most of my communication has little to do with asking for business. I'd say it may be market intelligence, introductions, maybe providing some local information, recommendations, of course, educational content would be another one, or just simply maintaining the relationship, with those past clients or people that you're trying to connect with. I'd say people don't want to be marketed to, but they do appreciate staying connected to someone who is constantly providing the value. So does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it does, because this is kind of who you are. This question reminds me of you, is because you are more educational and sharing and things and teaching and being part of groups and things. And does everyone not agree that when you come from a spirit of giving, then it comes back to you? So you don't always have to be selling, even though I'm a salesperson, period. I don't always want to be known as, you're selling me. And so when I come from like a spirit of giving, and it does come back. So now we could open up a little bit more on this topic. If anyone else on the panel, this is a good one, and we're only at 1:18. I had this at 90 minutes.
Phyllis, I've got a paradigm shift suggestion.
Okay.
I would like us to all, as a group, consider never referring to ourselves as salespeople, tell people we sell real estate, do any of that. I think that's what's really cheapened us as a profession. Years ago, not long after I got in the business, NAR had done a survey of I don't know how many people who ranked real estate agents slightly above used car salespeople, but below attorneys. That's our fault. That's on us, right? We've created that. I don't tell people I sell real estate. I don't tell people I'm in sales at all. I'm a trusted advisor. I'm trying to elevate myself to the level of their financial planner, their attorney, their CPA. It's one of the reasons people hire us and then don't listen to a word we say. I don't argue with my CPA. I don't argue with an attorney if I need one, right? And I don't argue with my dentist or the person who cuts my hair. Never, right? If you don't trust your dentist, go to a different dentist. But don't hire your dentist and tell them how to drill your teeth or clean your teeth or fix your smile or whatever you've hired them to do, right? So let's get away from sales and elevate ourselves up into trusted advisors, whatever you want to brand yourself as. But I'd like as a group for us to try to elevate this, especially in luxury.
I agree.
So
And
I just want to add, I think Steve mentioned trusted advisor, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Steve, but I think what you refer to is people refer to you as a trusted advisor. We don't refer to ourselves as trusted advisors because that's something that's bestowed on us by other people.
Right. But I'm trying to get us to elevate to that. I mean, right out of high school, I worked at a camera store and I sold cameras. And if you came in and mentioned camera, I made sure you left with one because I only made minimum wage if I didn't sell cameras and accessories. That's different. And I didn't care if I sold you a Pentax, a Nikon, a Canon, or, a Minolta. I didn't care. They all worked fine. They all took pictures. But we can't do that with real estate. Those shows where they show three homes and they go, which one do you want? I mean, it's just insulting, right?
And so I love the idea of what you're saying. And so if anyone wants to piggyback off that, that would be great. I'm gonna say this from me, not being a top agent, but being a top strategist. If you could give one piece of marketing or branding advice to every agent watching today, what would it be? And this would be coming from me. So your roadmap is that you're aware, and your awareness leads to your development of your branding. The implementation of your branding leads to the management, and then you leverage, which leads to consistency. That is the true roadmap. The strategy is you take your brand development and your identity and you implement it, and then you take consistent marketing coupled with how you lead gen and sell, door knocking, relationship building, videos, educational sharing. It maxes out your GCI. So in this formula is what I'm giving to you as far as like what I'm bringing to the table, and I'll leave it there and I'll ask the panel what they think about this. Awareness, development, implementation, management, leveraging. I'm constantly talking about this. And, today the goal would be whatever was brought up on this call would be, we're going to share and do a Q&A now, is, it's helping us to become aware. Then potentially we can develop and maybe it helps our brand identity. And then we're going to implement it. Okay. And then it's going to become consistent because we're going to manage it. And maybe we're going to leverage a marketing team or an assistant or a tool. Okay. And then we're going to, everything all of you talked about, everything you guys were talking about, in my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, so how does that relate to their branding? Like whatever they're doing. And so I'm thinking about pieces of branding and marketing that couple with what you're talking about, from a gift you're dropping off, from a door knocking, from some meeting you're at, from someone who's asking you for advice, from a magazine, from a video, from, your luxury presence website with your AI assistant, Debbie. It doesn't matter. How about the website? What does it look like? So that's where my brain's at. And so I use a roadmap and a strategy that way. It's all about connecting the dots and going from chaos to clarity. That is what I believe. So chaos to clarity. It's connecting all the dots right now. Doesn't matter what agent, team, group, brokerage. So I appreciate everyone's time today. And I'm opening it up now. We have just a few minutes left. I know everyone's busy. We have some top agents on here. We have plenty of people who've attended here that are sitting here on this call. If anyone just wants to start asking questions or put the questions in the chat, I'm looking at the chat now. Please do. Please start. If anyone has any questions for the panel, it's a great time. Anyone on the call have any questions?
I actually loved it all, but what resonated with me the most is what Andrew said was, what's best is what's done. Just do it and put it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. And then also what Steve said is we're all here to elevate the thought that we're not salespeople. We are trusted advisors. And then what Jack said is take care of your people. And Robin too, is make sure when you reach out, it's a message that's given and it's real.
Everyone. Yeah, I feel like everyone was talking about relationship building, Karen. I feel like everyone.
No, everybody did, but yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, that's perfect what you're saying.
Yeah. And like Andrew said, is make sure you get it out there, but it's you, that it's really you. I loved it. Thank you, all of you. It's amazing.
Thank you all for coming. If anyone needs a strategy, you can text me or you can scan here. This is me advertising myself. There's no charge for a consult, and you can text me at 805-206-9846, or you can scan and book with me if you want a complimentary strategy appointment. I would be happy. Yeah.
Quick question. Just A, thank you for having this, and B, thank you for everybody on the panel. Great nuggets. And C, the flip book, whoever that was that talked about in the very beginning about having a flip book with their profile on their emails and different stuff. What are you guys using to create the flip book?
Hazine.
Hazine is the one that I'm
Right.
pushing out.
Hazine. Yes, you're right.
Hazine. Okay. I'll look it up. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Phyllis,
everyone.
Phyllis, great job.
Thank you.
Kudos. For those of you who have not worked with Phyllis, and I think, Phyllis, we've worked on and off for 14, 15 years.
Yes.
Maybe longer.
Yes.
Think about the time I got to KW. She's a rock star. If you're not in her orbit, you should be in her orbit.
And wicked smart. She's wicked smart and clear and concise and makes it simple. Thank you, baby Jesus.
Wow.
Jack, we should probably stop. We should probably stop before her head explodes on camera.
I'm so excited. No one's being mean.
No. And
Thank
and
you,
I-
Phyllis.
Thank you, Phyllis.
I'll take that offline for you, Phyllis.
Thank you.
Phyllis, there's so much good stuff in the chat. Will you be able to send that out to those
Yeah,
that are
like,
registered?
let me just, as people start hopping off, I'll start saying it in the chat, okay? Let's see. The Real Estate Magazine, Tanya, she shared it. Andrew put a Canva design. It might be the flip book I created for him. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, I put several of them in there.
The magazine is here. Let's see. He put all kinds of links in here for you guys to see. Kendrick is so right about the topic of learning the business. What is the Phil Jones book came from Say Knox? So Steve, you might want to put that in the chat, or somebody put exactly.
Somebody did. And by the way, if you're not listening to Phil Jones exactly what to say for real estate on Audible, buy it. If you listen to it and it didn't add value, you let me know and I'll send you 10x what you paid for that Audible book. I've made that claim all around the country and it's not cost me a dime yet.
I love you.
So brilliant. So brilliant.
Let's see. Everybody's agreeing with everybody in here. And then AI should free you up from admin tasks so you can do the important work of connection. My video calls are 45 a day. Robin Smith. Video calls are 45 a day. 100% Kendrick. Will you share the prompt you used in ChatGPT? Dawn said that. I'm just not sure what prompt she was talking about. If she's still on, she could speak up on that. Let's see. Yes, human intelligence. AI enhanced agent, Claude Cowork. You go in, you have to add the app to get to Cowork. You have to sign up for Claude and take your time, have a couple hours to dive into that before you sign up for Claude Cowork. First, you have to add the app to get to Cowork, and then you have to actually, do the $20 a month.
I would probably also add Claude Cowork on a completely separate new computer that you're not using for everything else, because it will completely take over your computer if you allow it to, and then it has access to all of your personal documents and files. So
Good
people
advice.
who are really utilizing Claude Cowork are doing it on a new computer, a separate computer from what they do their day-to-day stuff on.
Idea. Very good idea. Scott Taylor said that Shoni Ivins is an OP team leader in Utah and teaches AI for agents, and put the school classroom in here. Let's see, $100 a month includes, it's $100 a month to learn from him. This is priceless, Andrew. I love it. Video. Authenticity is major, as mentioned. Pick a lane of something you know and love and educate through this method. Do not sell, give knowledge and self. That's been working for me. Steve helped me with that a long time ago. Stop trying to sell. You smell like you're, want money. And it took me years to go, oh, maybe I should get out of that mode and switch. Because I always loved helping people. I just was so used to having to sell that it felt like I got to go, go, go. And as soon as I stopped doing that, it's like, oh, that's what this feels like. It's so different. But I'm 55 years old now. So I spent most of my life in a whole other mindset. So thank you, Steve. There was another gal I worked with that used to say, I don't know how much. There was a gal I worked for. She's a top producing realtor, always carries 10 to 15 listings at a time. And she always said to me, I have no idea how much I got paid. Money goes in the bank. My husband does it. The money just comes. I have no idea how much money I'm making. And I'd be like, what? She's all, as soon as you get out of the mindset that you need the money will come to you. And so, yeah, that's kind of cool. Be your authentic self. No one else is you, from Jack Smith. Tanya shared her Facebook. I call myself an advisor. Allie Edwards. Individuality and being you, and you care. Be the trusted advisor. So true. Not a salesperson, even though everyone who's a top producer is a salesperson. Steve, Kendrick, Robin, don't get it twisted. You guys are salespeople. But you're not like a cheesy used car salesman. I would debate that all day long.
You would debate it and say we're cheesy car salespeople?
No, I would just say that when people try to say that they're not a salesperson, oh yes, you are. But that's not. Why has that got such a bad attachment to it?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I think we all know why it has bad attachments to it.
Here we go. Okay. Taking everything that Phyllis said through tools, video, and by the storyteller so that people can relate to you. This allows those you have not met and those that you have to gain insight into you and what your superpower is. I love what Robin said. Great call. Thank you, Phyllis. Consistency and clarity matter most. As Andrew said, just do it. And what's best, it is done. Okay. Thanks to all. Was this recorded? Yes, Laura. Lots of thank you. Shameless plug. Great job, Phyllis. Yeah. So let's see. Can you repeat my phone number? Sure. Mahalo. Renata. How do you determine when a business has grown enough to justify hiring a full-time marketing team instead of outsourcing or handling marketing internally? That's a tough one. I will say that solo agents that I work with are the most stressed out, and they're wasting a lot of time trying to do it themselves because they're afraid to pay the money to get someone to do it for them. It's kind of like when I first got a maid, and it was like this housekeeper came in and did my closet, and I dropped to my knees and I was crying because I didn't have to spend 4 hours in my closet and I could do something that would make me more money. So I guess you have to get into that mentality. And it took a long time for me to think, I'm going to spend a couple $100 on something that I can then go make 2,000 because I spent the 200. How else can I say this, Steve or Kendrick or Robin, anyone who's personally paying a team and will not falter from that? What did it take to get you to determine you needed to do that?
Do it before you need it. Hire a marketing person before you need it. Hire an assistant before you need it. If you build it, it will come.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to quote Gary, hire slowly and fire quickly.
Hi, this is Jack Smith. I hope you guys are fortunate on a pizza on South Pasadena.
I love that Jack is on ordering pizza. Okay, let's see. I love it. Allie said, I understand, as Kendrick said, we are 24/7. And I also have a question about how would you draw boundaries and not burn out? That's rough. It's hard. I don't know. I have so much relentless tenacity. I'm falling asleep at night. I'm the wrong.
I actually think the bigger question is, I mean, and Kendrick's found some balance on this, but when he first started, he was not all in, and then he quickly became all in because he got that's what it was going to take. And he didn't have a wife, he didn't have a girlfriend, he didn't have a child. He had a lot less responsibility, which was helpful. And he was just doing it 24/7. Then the question is, once you build that book of business, how then, and you have some leverage, how do you scale that back so that you're not living to work, but working to live?
I had 20 girlfriends. That's a lot more stressful than one now. Okay.
Wow.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
But not as cheap. Well, no, I don't know.
That's my phone number. Somebody was just asking for. It's 805-206-9846. If you want to text me. And then somebody said, those who are using VAs for marketing, my experience is it takes more time to try to train them than do it myself. Any recommendations? It's the same gig over and over. It's VA up training all day long. If you're going to get a VA and not a stateside assistant because you're trying to save the money, that VA has to be up trained in order to do it correctly. And if you don't, you're going to spin your wheels. It's just really, really hard to find a VA that's completely trained on what you need them to do. If you're not willing to up train the VA, don't hire one, because you have to up train them, period. I'm no non-negotiable, totally have to have the bandwidth to train a VA.
I think everybody's looking for the easy way out in this business. It seems like to be successful in this business, you have to sacrifice a lot. When I first got into this business, I sacrificed everything that I loved outside of my work. I love fishing. I sold my boat. I didn't hang out with friends anymore. I didn't do anything. I was in the office at 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. every single day trying to make it. So you have to sacrifice. You can't just think, oh, do I have to hire or train a VA, or I want to hire an assistant, but I don't have to train them. You have to work really, really hard to have success, and you have to sacrifice a lot. So I would encourage people to stop looking at the easy way out and realize that when you put in a lot of work for something and train someone right, hopefully they stay with you long enough to where it will eventually make your life a lot easier. But at the beginning, it's going to be really hard. I mean, there's, to make millions of dollars a year, like some of us do on this panel, that doesn't come easy. That takes an extreme amount of work, an extreme amount of sacrifice.
And on that note, thank you to the millionaire real estate agents that came to this panel. And I repeat, millionaire real estate agents are on the panel right now. And that's what everyone wants, right? MREA, millionaire real estate agents, all of you on the panel, thank you. I take everything you say to heart, and I appreciate your time. I can't believe we went an hour and 37 minutes and you all stayed on, and just like you have so many other things to do. I will do this again. I'm going to try to do it in the next 60 days, and we'll look for some amazing agents to invite, and we'll do this again. And again, thank you. I recorded this call.
Thank you, panel.
If anyone has issues with me making this recorded call public, I'm sorry, I'm going to do it anyway. No, just kidding. Just send me a message if you have a problem with that. I typically don't share these videos, but I probably will share this one. So if you have an issue with that, you have to let me know pretty quick. All right. All right. Share. I'm getting lots of messages to share, so that's good. And then, yes, anybody, I have a calendar again. I might as well share this as everybody's hopping off. See if anybody wants to meet with me. There you go.
Thanks again, Phyllis.
You're welcome.
This was wonderful. Thank you for including us. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you, Phyllis, and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for letting me be a part of this. I'm so appreciative.
Thank you so much, Tanya. Think implementing consistency, relationships, conversion rate. abundance. These are the things.
Fabulous.
A lot of words here I was taking notes on. Let's go here. Relationships and trust, synergy, relationships, ignore the noise, implementing, social, let's see, flipbook magazines. You're all going to get a follow-up, but I was taking lots of notes here. All right. Video, don't have FOMO. You can't be everything to everyone. Spirit of giving, education, consistency, implementing. Lots of things here. All right. Thank you, guys.